y'all, before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell for notifications each time we go live. This is Hello Colorado. All right, y'all, we're about to get started. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on social media to stay up to date with everything Colorado sports. Let's make this show the best part of your week. Let's go! What is up, Colorado? Hello, Colorado. I'm your host, Trayvon McKinney Feelgood, aka Big Bomb Bomb 1 on Instagram. Go like, follow, and subscribe on our YouTube and Facebook page. On YouTube, make sure you hit that bell so you're notified every time we go live. It's going to be a great show today. Shout out to producer, shout out to cameraman Domo in the building. Jam-packed weekend here in Colorado sports. We had Little League championships going on. We had ladies flag football championships going on. All of our teams played. Avs, Nuggets, Broncos. So we're going to try to squeeze that all in today. Not so much the Avs because it looks like their championship window is closing fast. So that's as much as we'll speak on them until they get their act together. First things first, we had the CYL state championships over the weekend up in Fort Collins at Canvas Stadium. Beautiful Canvas Stadium they opened up for our kids to play on. Hopefully one day they'll get to play on that stadium in college when it's packed out with the Rams green. Yes, sir. They got to play on that stadium. The Park Hill Pirates. They nearly swept the slate, but we're going to start in 13U. The 13U Junior Buffs went back-to-back. They're back-to-back state champions. There they are. I believe they beat the Boulder Bears over the weekend. A.J. Jones got it done at the quarterback position. Shout out all the Shamrock roots over there on that 13U Buffs. You know, I'm always going to shout out the Shamrock. Shout out those roots over there. Congratulations to the 13U Buffs on their back-to-back championships. They will be going to the regionals, which I believe is played in Florida. If I'm not mistaken, they won last year as well, so let's see if they could go double back-to-back. And maybe next week we'll start with the back-to-back instrumental for the Junior Buffs. Congratulations. 12U Hit Squad. They played the Broomfield Blitz again. And I believe it's their third time playing them. Both teams are absolutely stacked. However, Elijah Williams got it done. Shout out to Jaden Jefferson on the 12U Hit Squad. I believe if we could pull up Jaden Jefferson, she is a little girl. She's a young lady playing football. There she is with the trophy. She is a champion. Shout out her over the weekend. Proud of her. Proud of all the ladies in football. We'll get more to that here in a second. But we will turn to the Park Hill Pirates. Park Hill Pirates had 4 teams in the state championships over the weekend. All 4 of them did not win. The 7U Park Hill Pirates lost to the Warriors. The 8U Park Hill Pirates beat the Loveland Warriors. And then the 9U lost to the Park Hill Ned Falcons. Great game, by the way. That 9U team, they're going to be a force next year in 10U. I believe the Lions Den won that 10U division. And the 11U, they played Decorum again after playing them a couple weeks back, and we were there. Yamir Currington, he got it done at the quarterback position again. The Pirates beat Decorum 13-7. I don't know. It's a couple rivalries starting up here as I see Hit Squad and Broomfield Blitz. Top 2 in their division. Pirates and Decorum. Top 2 in their division. Next year is going to be a lot of fun in the 13U and 12U divisions for the Nations Youth Football League. I just want to shout out Miko and Gabe Lindsay. They put this whole playoff together. They came together with the NoCo Elite and the Nation, trying to build the the football scene in Colorado. As we know, Colorado's mainly for girls basketball. People come here to recruit the girls basketball players, but they're trying to shine light on the football, and they're expanding the football scene. So shout out to those two men. Amazing job with the state championships in the Gold division I went over. And the first ever sanctioned, CHASA-sanctioned girls state football championships took place over the weekend. And, man, it was fun. The ladies had on eye black. They have their glasses on. They got the gloves. They're spatted up. They're not playing out there. And I absolutely love it. Who is this? This is Mountain Vista, who took the 5A state championship over Arvada West. Good game, 32-21. Mountain Vista, your inaugural champions in flag football. They're not playing out there. Domo, we got a girl reaching over the pylon for the touchdown. I believe that's Mountain View beating the Classical Academy 26-0. Yeah. Love the expansion of football, not only in Little League, but onto the girls' flag football as well. Mountain View beat the Classical School. Mountain Vista beat Arvada West. And shout out to Reese Peterson, a Mile High Blaze player in high school. She plays for Mountain View, and she's bringing the inaugural championship home for the first time ever for Mountain View. It looks like the Mountain Schools got it done. The Mountain Girls aren't playing. Mountain View won. Mountain Vista won 4A, 5A. And those are your first ever girls flag football champions. And we're just going to stay in the high school division. The playoffs are here. Playoffs? The playoffs are here for the boys. And it's honestly going to be fun. If we could pull up the bracket, this is going to be a juggernaut. Just big on bigs. As you can see, the first 6 teams get a bye. Who's that? Cherry Creek gets a bye. Mountain Vista gets a bye. Mountain Vista's girls just got the championship in flag football, so they're going to try to sweep the slate and bring it home for the boys. Columbine gets a bye. Roston Valley gets a bye. Legend gets a bye. Those are some powerhouses. Your usual suspects are getting the bye in a couple weeks. They will be playing Denver East versus Grandview. Will be fighting to see who takes on Cherry Creek. And Grandview, they're an okay team. They went 5-5 this year. But they beat the teams they should have beat. And then the teams of more competition, they were the lesser opponent. Grandview versus East will happen, I want to say this week. And then they'll fight to see who plays Cherry Creek. Regis Jesuit will play Eagle Crest. Fight to see who plays Valor Christian. And Valor Christian's not the Valor Christian of old. When I was growing up, you know, they won 5 championships in a row, then got one in 16, then 18. Not the same program. Definitely still a program you should look out for. Interesting fact right here. Columbine, your defending champions, are the 4 seed, I believe. Columbine is 33-3 since 2022. And all 3 of their losses have came to Roston Valley. So So a couple years ago, they lost to Ralston Valley to go further into the playoff, to go to the championship, I believe. They lost in that same year, earlier in the season, to Ralston Valley. And then they just lost this past weekend to Ralston Valley. So they have to get over that hump. Like I said, it's going to be a big against big. Your ones versus their ones. And Ralston Valley has the champs numbers at the moment. Cherry Creek, 13-time state champions, haven't lost all season. Check that. Cherry Creek lost to a team from Utah earlier in the season as part of their travel schedule. But Cherry Creek is rolling. They're expected to take home another victory outside of Columbine winning last year. Cherry Creek won the last 4 state championships, so they will look to get back on track after losing to Columbine this past season. I don't know how, but the Colorado Buffaloes got another bye. At the end of September, going into October, they had a bye week, and then just this past week they had a bye week. I'm not sure how they get 2 byes. I wasn't aware of it. That's why last week I was saying they played Texas Tech. They actually were on an off week. This week they played Tech, and Texas Tech just knocked off the number one, or they're number one in the Big 12, Iowa State Hawkeyes, Iowa State Cyclones were number one. Texas Tech knocked them off, so it's going to be a big task for Deion Sanders and his Buffs in Texas this weekend over their second bye week. I'm still confused on how they get 2 bye weeks. But Travis Hunter, he went on the ESPN Game Day, and he's basically making a sales pitch for the Heisman Trophy Committee to give it to him or his boy Shador. And I honestly love the bond that Shador and Travis have created since their time at the HBCU. But I just don't think Shador has the numbers at the moment. His numbers were better last year, and they didn't even talk about him for the Heisman. But Travis Hunter, he has a real shot at winning this thing. Ashton Genty, his numbers are coming down. Cam Ward, his numbers are up. But Travis plays both sides of the ball, so we'll see how much that factors in. The Buffs, number 3 in the Big 12. They're 3rd in the Big 12. Real shot at making it to the first ever college football playoffs, maybe as a 12 seed, or maybe as the 4, because the Power 4 conference champions all make it. So SEC champion will make it, Big 10 champion will make it, Big 12 champion will make it, ACC champion will make it. And then you fill in all the other schools later. So if they win the Big 12 championship, they got an automatic bid. If they don't, and let's say they lose in the Big 12 championship, then I could see them getting that 12 spot. However, with 2 losses, they most likely will have to win out and win that Big 12 championship to make the first ever college football playoff. Let's see who's on here. Shout out my brother on the YouTube. I see you, my boy. Where we at? Yeah, so that's the Buffs. Texas Tech this weekend, real shot at it. They still have to play Iowa State, which is 7-1. They fell down a few spots in the rankings, but still a good team. Number 21 in the nation, the Buffs, over the weekend. They played no game. They didn't have to do anything to move up in the rankings. They went from number 23 to number 21. So Deion's crew, they need to get it done. They don't have any real excuses anymore. That defense is for real, and Warren Sapp has that defensive line playing really well for Deion and the boys. Interesting to see how that game goes. Did not expect Texas Tech to do Iowa State like that over the weekend. Any given Sunday, you never know. Yeah, so good luck to the CU Buffs. And shout out Travis Hunter on the ESPN Game Day. I've never seen that, though. A player on his bye week goes across the country, gets on a big-time nationwide program. Shout out Deion Sanders for letting the leash go. You know what I'm saying? He lets his players do a lot. Yeah, so shout out him. Let's go ahead and these Broncos. I told you guys last week it was going to be a tough matchup against the reigning MVP and one of the best running backs this decade has ever seen in Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. It wasn't pretty. I mean, early it was close. Couple penalties. Got the Broncos behind in the sticks on some drives. Bo Nix completed 19 of 33 passes, 1 interception. A lot of that, 223 yards. A lot of that yardage was in junk time or when the game was already in control or out of hand for the Broncos, however you want to put it. Courtland Sutton had a big-time game, 7 catches, 122 yards. Courtland, all we needed was for you to score a touchdown. No, I'm just kidding. Courtland Sutton did not score a touchdown for any of you following the anytime touchdown bet. But the run game, as I said last week, atrocious. I believe Bo Nix was the second leading rusher for the Broncos on Sunday, yesterday. Javonte Williams had 12 carries for 42 yards. It's another game where the Broncos don't have a rusher over 50 yards. It's happened in 5 of the 9 games, I believe, that they don't have a rusher over 50 yards. I just got to thinking, it's like last week when they were playing the Carolina Panthers, they're doing trick plays. They're up 20, doing trick plays, fumbling the ball with 2 minutes left and the game's already decided. That's like some bully stuff right there. You're trying to run the score up, Sean Payton, and it kind of backfired yesterday when the Ravens, or you went to the Ravenstown M&T Bank and got handled. Nice way to put it. But yeah, it's kind of like the bully got bullied. Why are we running trick plays? 28-10. I mean, the football gods don't like that. The football gods do not like that. The Broncos will play the Chiefs next week. 6-0 Chiefs, and I think we have a shot. I can honestly say I think we have a shot. It is in Kansas City, so there's that factor. But I think the Broncos have a shot in this game. The Chiefs, as we all know, have been bailed out by the referees in a few games. The Chiefs could, instead of being 6-0, can easily be 5-1, 4-2, maybe. But they're undefeated. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Vance Joseph has to step it up this week. Vance Joseph has to dial up a game plan. He has to bring the blitz. They have to go back to that man defense. Zay Flowers had 5 catches, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns yesterday. That is not okay. Pat, follow him around. I don't care if you're staying on this. You're following him around today. The Chiefs did trade for DeAndre Hopkins, so Pat Surtain versus DeAndre Hopkins is a matchup to look forward to. The Broncos' schedule gets scary. They're 5-4. They play the Chiefs. They could be 5-5. You got to win at least 9 or 10 games to get into a wild card position. The Chargers are not slacking with Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. They look very good. So the Broncos, they got to... Right now is the time. Remember last year when the Broncos went... on a 5-game winning streak? Now would be the time. Now would be the time. Don't let the Chiefs do what they've been doing to you over the past couple of years. I know we beat them last year, but if the Broncos want any chance at making the playoffs, now is the time to put the gas on. I seen you do it last year. I know they can do it this year. I understand the Ravens' Super Bowl window is now, and the Broncos are just a step past rebuilding. They have more pieces to add, but this Bronco team is a competitor. I'm not saying they're a Super Bowl competitor, but they're definitely a competitor. And now's the time to hit the switch, Sean Payton. Let's be focused. Let's not run trick plays when the game's out of hand. What if you need that trick play versus the Chiefs next week? And they already scouted it. Yeah, not a good performance for the Broncos. Let's just go over the Ravens stats. Lamar Jackson, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zay Flowers, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. No bueno. No bueno. Let's move on to a team that the championship window is open now. The Denver Nuggets. Started 0-2. Now they are 3-3. Russell Westbrook has seemingly came along. I don't know if it's because Jamal Murray is injured and he's been out the past couple of days. He won't play tonight either. Tonight they have the Raptors. But yeah, Russell's came on. He had a 22-point game a couple games back. He had a triple-double a couple games back. This is the Russell Westbrook we need. Not the 5-point Westbrook. Not the 5.7 turnover Russell Westbrook. This is the Russell Westbrook we need. The Jokic MVP is doing MVP things. He has 29, almost 30 points a game, 12 rebounds, 9.8 assists. Again, almost averaging a triple-double on the season. AG is basically his Robin at the moment, just due to Jamal Murray being injured and him being in a little slump. Jamal Murray won't play tonight versus the Raptors. That is a good game to, if you're a betting person, Denver Nuggets will win this game handily. But yeah, Aaron Gordon is playing Robin to Jokic's Batman, averaging 17.7 rebounds. Like I said, they didn't want to pay him. Now he's second man. Like, he's making the threes. He's doing everything we need, but the bench has to come along. The other star players has to come along. Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are averaging 16 points apiece. That's MPJ's average. Like, that's what he does. I mean, one night he went for 40. That was one night. We come to expect 15, 20 points a game from him. Jamal Murray, what are we thinking? Do the Nuggets need to sit Jamal Murray until he's actually healthy? I think he's a weight when he's out there playing hurt. He hurts the team. Like, if you're hurt, I had a coach who used to ask me this all the time. Are you hurt or are you injured? Jamal Murray, are you hurt or are you injured? Because if you're hurt, go out there and, come on, suck it up. But if you're injured, come on, sit down. Heal. Heal. You cannot be a cancer to us like that at the moment. Yeah, Jamal, we need you. If you're hurt, come on, man, be hurt. But if you're injured, sit down somewhere. Get in the tub, get in the ice tub. So yeah, it's a interesting moment in sports here in Colorado. You had the Avalanche, who won the Cup in 2022. regress. Then you had the Nuggets, who won it in 2023. They're slid down the totem pole a little bit just because they lost key pieces, key bench players. Bruce Brown, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That's understandable. And then you have the Denver Broncos, who are trying to open this championship window. And yeah, so it's like we're in all phases of championship. The Colorado Rockies, ain't no window. They gotta build an establishment first. Denver Broncos, okay, gotta figure out how to try to get this window open. The Avs, the window's closing. The Nuggets, the window's open, but we might have to prop it up a little bit to get the most out of the championship window. In basketball, most teams they go to 2 or 3 finals within their championship window, which is about 3 to 5 years. So let's look for the Nuggets to be back in that position this year. Tonight they play the Toronto Raptors again. The Broncos will play the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffs got the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the Avalanche, well, they have the Seattle Kraken. And that goalie situation is still empty. It's like an empty net. Still allowing almost 5 goals a game over there at Ball Arena. The Ball Boys are supposed to ball. It's called Ball Arena. The Avs aren't balling. The Nuggets aren't balling. But the ladies are balling. Shout out to Mile High Blaze. Shout out to the first ever champion, Mountain View Vista High School. And shout out Jaden Jefferson playing fully padded football with all boys. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Hit that bell for us. That is your episode 5 of Hello Colorado.